your dolly sleep has flown. Don't dare let her tremble for the way it should.
Social media is a very fun place, and through it, we have connected with many people around the world. Some we'll become friends with, some of us have found our soulmates, but for many people, they've also entered a hellish nightmare. One person as such actually did this when she accepted a friend request from somebody who she would regret later on. Join me in this episode of My World as we talk about the case of Patrick Machione. Kristen Pratt was a young college student going to the University of Central Florida in Orlando. She was a young, bright mind with a great future ahead of her. That was until one day she received a friend request on Facebook from this guy, Patrick Machione. Machione was a former high school classmate that was living in the same town as Kristen when he contacted her through Facebook. But what started out as an innocent conversation of catching up quickly turned into a nightmare, and Patrick Machione was Freddy Krueger. At first, Kristen figured she'd ignore Machione and that he would eventually get bored and just go away. This would prove to be a mistake, for as time went by, within a 2-year period, Machione's obsession and infatuation with Kristen Pratt only increased, up to the fact where he was stalking her, online and in real life.
We need to talk face to face, or I'm gonna be dead! Why do I like you? I don't know. Because you sat in a class and did this. I have no idea why I like you. I don't even know you. I've been sent on a mission to make Kristen Pratt feel warm and fuzzy. Email me today. It's up to you now. Save your own life. You don't want me for a life, Kristen Pratt? That's a very, very unwise decision. Don't make me do something stupid. Whatever you want, whatever makes you happy, that's what I want. I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. Alright, Kristen, look. All I'm asking, to let me over one night. You can't keep ignoring me. You can't. Oh man, please just listen to me. I never wanted to be mean or say anything mean.
Kristen eventually went to the police, where at first they didn't help her. But after the messages and cyber stalking intensified, she finally got an injunction. Yet despite it, Machione's stalking continued. It had now reached to the point where he was now showing up at her school and her workplace. So in a desperate attempt, Kristen began wearing disguises. But just then, a miracle finally blessed Kristen. For one day while on patrol, Sergeant Mark Conway spotted Machione. He had a backpack and was acting very suspiciously. At first, Sergeant Conway perceived him to be a car thief, but when he caught and searched Machione, he found his camera. And upon reviewing the footage, it was then where he was treated to what he knew was a dangerous stalker. Especially when he ran Machione's name and his rap sheet came up, proving his suspicions correct. Sergeant Conway then phoned Kristen Pratt, where Kristen told him the entire story of Patrick Machone's obsessive stalking. He immediately presented the case to the state's attorney, where finally, charges were brought up against Machione. Machione was convicted of cyberstalking and attempted murder, but sadly, he was only sentenced to 4 years in prison, where he only served 2 before being released on parole until June of 2015. And still to this day, Machione claims he never did anything wrong. Meanwhile, Kristen Pratt has moved on to a new city, living a great life, but yet she is still haunted by the day when she accepted Patrick Machone's friend request on Facebook. Kristen Pratt is a prime example of what a lot of people go through in the world. And though Patrick Machione may have escaped the law's judgment, he didn't escape mine. For now, his dark, twisted story of his deranged obsession will forever be known right here in my world.
For your dolly, sleep has flown